Hey, welcome everyone to a bonus episode of Ranting with Ramos. This is for all the Patreon subscribers, exclusive. Today, we're welcoming back my little brother, Charlie. Charlie, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Ready.
Good, man. Good. Yeah, this shit's fucking, the first couple times it's kind of like, oh shit, but then it's like, you forget that the fucking mic's in front of you.
Yeah.
Right? And you just fucking talk.
You just go, man.
Yeah. So it's a good thing you're not nervous anymore, That's cool. Even the first time you were good on there.
No, I think it's because, doing classroom all the time and having to speak to people that I'm barely meeting. I never met and shit. So, it's helped me a lot. Yeah. It's helped me a lot, even like when we go out for like fucking interviews for other contracts and shit like that.
Oh, that's cool.
We all interview as a whole and shit. We have the senior vice president. We have the GM and shit like.
Yeah, so you get used to like talking to people you don't know and makes them more comfortable, especially speaking to a big ass room.
No, yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. When you were born, we were living in San Gabriel already. I don't remember.
I think we were, because I can't recall living in La Puente.
Yeah, I remember living in La Puente. We used to live in a cul-de-sac, and it was like by those ducks. When you would pass by the freeway in the 605, and they had those fucking ducks, and it smelled all fucking nasty, like ducks and shit.
Near there?
Yeah, it was by there, because it was in La Puente, but on that side, like right where the beginning of La Puente was. Mm-hmm. And I remember we lived there and shit.
I remember like when we'd go on the family drives and shit like that. Yeah. I remember sometimes we'd pass by.
Yeah?
The house, yeah. You don't remember that?
No, dude.
Yeah, they're like, we used to live here.
Oh, yeah, they would say that shit?
Yeah.
Fuck.
The family drives that consisted of going to TJ or driving into fucking a graveyard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
those were our field trips.
I guess that's where I get it from subconsciously without even knowing, because early on when I just had my son, I would do that. I would just drive through the graveyards and look and drive around. I think I even took you along one time. It was me, my wife, and my son, and I got off and I was looking at the graves and shit. And I think that's where I get it from our parents taking us. And even sometimes, man, it's like when I used to work at I would service Beverly Hills, and I used to have there was one in what the fuck is the name of that? I can't, I can never remember, but it's where UCLA is, that city. I can never remember it, and yet Westwood. Mm-hmm. There's a cemetery in Westwood. And that cemetery has fucking Marilyn Monroe. It has that from fucking that old man. He had a bunch of bitches.
Hugh Hefner?
Yeah.
Oh, because he wanted to be buried beside her.
He's buried right next to her, dude. Uh-huh. And there's a bunch of fucking lipstick kisses that people fucking put, and then she's right there.
Bunch of fat cholas
and shit. Yeah, no shit. That shit got trendy.
Remember?
Yeah. There's that fool Barnaby, whatever the fuck it is from the Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah, Barney Fife.
Yeah, that fool's fucking buried there. Farrah Fawcett's buried there. A lot of people and a lot of like Armenian superstars are buried there. Oh, yeah. It's a really nice fucking it's real peaceful. So I would look at the tombstones when I would because I would just put on we have a backpack sprayer. Mm-hmm. It's a big fucking backpack. It looks like a Ghostbusters thing. Mm-hmm. It's a big old tank, and you have that in your. It carries about fucking 4 gallons of shit, and you pump the side with your left, and then you spray it. So I was using that. I would check out all the graves and shit. Yeah. I would fucking sometimes record and shit. And it's real peaceful. But I've always, even like one time I would go to the San Gabriel cemetery and just walk around, and one time I was walking around and I actually found a grave with my name.
Oh shit.
But he has a middle name.
Wow.
Jose Ramos, but he has a middle name.
Uh-huh.
And I recorded a video and shit, and I actually wanted to record a little like a video for one of my songs, from my project Death Blow, which the song is called "Don't Come to My Funeral." Mm-hmm. I told you about it. You gave me some ideas. Have my son walking around and shit, and then just stop at that grave, which has my name on it. One time I was gonna do because I was gonna come out on a podcast, my first podcast on the Mega Man's podcast, and I was gonna take pictures inside next to that grave, And when I got there, they closed the cemetery at 4. And the fool that takes care of the fucking the grave digger fool, he fucking he saw me, and he's like, oh shit, he's like, oh, we're closed already. Oh, let me just go in there. Nah, we're closed. Like, fuck it. So that forced me to take pictures in front of the fucking cemetery, which looks cool too because you got the fucking skull crossbones and shit. So I took pictures there. Cherry's really good, dude. Photography. She took a lot of fucking pictures and shit. Actually made me look kind of fucking.
You should go inside the actual mission tour.
Yeah, well, I used to go in there, but it's closed right now. You can sneak in there through the fucking book. What is it, the bookstore? You walk into the bookstore. They have a bunch of. You worked there, didn't you?
No.
My stepdad, my stepdad, your dad worked there.
He worked at the graveyard.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah, I remember.
He would find like fucking bones and shit.
Oh, I don't remember that. I wish I could remember that, man. Yeah. Fuck, I gotta.
No, but the mission tour.
Yeah,
like
where they walk you and shit, where they walk you through there and you fucking they tell you about the mission and shit. Because there's a lot of priests that are buried there, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Junipero Sierra.
He is there.
Is buried there.
Oh shit!
But the tour is cool because it has a lot of nice areas where you could like take good pictures.
Good pictures.
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of him, he got fucking canceled. Did you know that? He got fucking canceled.
He did, yeah.
He got canceled, and I think they burned the fucking.
They burned the mission because of
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. They burned it because of him. Prior to them removing they removed it themselves, not voluntarily because they were forced to. They got canceled, but they had gotten red paint and splattered them with fucking red paint, saying he killed people. We got colonized our people and shit, and then they removed the statue, then they fucking burned it. They're saying Antifa burned it.
But I don't think it was really Mexicans that did that. It's always it's people who are offended on our behalf.
Yeah, dude. That's, you explained it right, man. And what I have to say about that is I don't need some fucking white people to fucking get offended on my behalf and try to fit in with me.
Yeah.
Fuck no. I don't even give a fuck about that. That's our part of our history. If that didn't happen, I would not exist.
Our race wouldn't.
The mestizo would not exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The fucked up part is that these are rich kids. Rich kids that have never known any fucking adversity, right? They're college kids and they're kids that are their mothers and their fathers are professors and shit like that.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you want to fucking relate to me and
there's no way that you could relate to if you're white. There's no way you could relate to any other race.
There's no fucking way. No,
you can't. No. You can't.
But even we're saying this and all that. To say me, I don't believe in white fucking privilege. That shit doesn't fucking exist.
It is
not. What I mean?
It is not.
It does not, dude. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they might get away with certain shit, but that's not gonna fucking control everything. You know what I mean? That's not gonna control how the fuck I'm treated.
You got to think about the way they were raised, right? They're raised totally different than we are. Right? Yeah. They more think about the long term.
Yeah.
Right? They save for their retirement and shit. There's a lot of people that are well off.
Yeah.
When they retire.
Yeah.
Us, we die at work.
Yeah, we die at work or we fucking die.
We die working,
and we got our fucking family has to make a GoFundMe.
Yeah, because we don't
think about the future.
Long-term thinking.
Yeah.
We don't.
We just
think
live.
About the future. We live in the moment.
In the moment and in the fucking past, remembering this fucking these bad old fucking
exactly. Yeah.
This fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like fuck, and they don't forgive, and it's the same old shit over and over. And you go to a fucking party, and your uncles are fucking fighting over some shit.
Yeah.
That's just the way our fucking our culture is, and sadly, until we, but it's our job to change that shit, change that shit, and to educate our kids, and that's where and you got to understand we're first generation. Although this was Mexico at some point, and we're in the city of El Monte right now, in the Valle de San Gabriel, and the city in the county of Los Angeles, and the fucking state of California.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's a totally different times now. We're first generation, and we gotta fucking change shit.
So you start moving east, passing Texas and all that shit.
Yeah.
And all the names of the streets are you stop seeing the Mexican influence.
Yeah.
Right. So you're talking about like the middle of the country. They have fucking they have cities called fucking weird
Saskatchewan.
No, that's in Canada. But you have like weird fucking I would say like Polish names, right? Because again, America was colonized in the East, right? When they, people heard about California, right? They heard about California. You ever heard about the Donner Party?
Donner Party, no.
It was it was a group of people who try to make it to California.
Oh shit.
But in the process, they took a wrong route, and they became stranded, and they ate each other.
Oh shit!
Trying to get to California. That was pre United States. California still belonged to Mexico.
Yeah.
And interesting fact that you came up with that, because I recently had a conversation with an employee that works with us. He's a manager, and he's from Mexico. Again, he's he does his job very well.
Yeah.
And but he's always talking about, when I talk to him, he's always talking about, oh, Mexico's this and they're better than this. I'm like, okay. And he tells me, he's like, ¿Y por qué no los regresan la tierra? I'm like, okay, all right, dude. All right, well, you tell me. So, all right, we adapted to the way of living here in the United States. So what happens to us?
Yeah.
Right? So what happens to us? So does our wage come down just like fucking that guy Emlo did in Mexico?
Yeah.
He lowered the wage.
Fuck.
I'm like, okay, so do our social security benefits fucking leave? Do we start getting paid the wage in Mexico? So you tell me what we're gonna do with California, with Nevada, with fucking Texas. So what do we do? So we go back to being a third world country?
Yeah.
Or do we fucking remain the same?
Yeah.
He's like,
Hey, you know what's crazy though? Like, I don't know, man. I don't consider Mexico a third world country because there's fucking millionaires, there's rich people in there.
No, exactly. Because
so I don't know why people call it that.
Mexico is the 15th richest country in the world.
So how the fuck is it a third world country?
You're talking about the politicians that steal the money.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So I was like, what the fuck? I don't, because when you think third world country, you think like
Africa.
World Vision, Africa, Philippines, places like that, you Brazil,
Well, I mean, Africa is not a third world country, so you're talking about South Africa where there's a lot of white people and shit like that. But I mean, like
Ethiopia and all that shit.
Yeah. There's very bad parts and shit.
The crazy thing about Ethiopians is a lot of them look like Middle Eastern, like they, like that fool. There's that rapper that they got killed and shit on Nipsey Hussle, whatever. I was watching. They're doing like the memorial service, right? And there's all the negros were watching it, right? I'm like, you know what though? That guy. He wasn't full black.
He was mixed race.
Yeah, I told him. I said he's like, nah, man, he was black. Man, I said, nah, man, you could tell he's like from somewhere else. He's got some Middle Eastern in him. Look at his nose.
Like fucking Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah. Okay, that motherfucker's white. He's half white.
He's a half breed.
He just made his fucking fro like that to fucking what do they call it? Shit, pander.
Yeah, pander.
So he fucking I suck as a quarterback and I'm fucking up, but let me fucking take a knee and pick my fro out so motherfuckers can feel sorry for me.
And he made a career out of being a victim.
Being a fucking victim. When realistically some fucking white people, I think that fool was adopted.
He was adopted, yeah.
And that's why he is what he is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, like fucking. The majority of black Americans, they've been mixed with several other races.
Yeah.
They're not fully black. They have, what do they call it? A lot of Indian heritage.
Yeah.
For example, like Cherokee Indians and shit like that. Because a lot of people don't know that, but I mean, like...
especially like in Florida and New Orleans.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that they want to blame the European for being the main perpetrator of slavery. Yeah. When the Europeans went over to Africa, you had African tribes, people who were rich that owned slaves.
That owned slaves, yeah.
So they're like, oh, wait a minute, all right, so I could exploit my fucking people and I could sell them to the Europeans.
And even their own tribes fucking sold them out.
Exactly, yeah, but you don't hear about that.
Yeah.
Again, when Cortez landed in fucking Mexico, he had African slaves.
Yeah.
So that's why you get a lot of coastal states in Mexico.
Yeah.
That's where you have your Afro-Mexican.
Yeah.
Right? Because the slaves brought the Africans to Mexico, and they bred with the Mexica, or we say Mexica.
My uncle, he said he took a tour over there, and he said that the tour guide was saying that a lot of the slaves that came over, they were castrated them in order so they don't procreate with other people and they don't mess up the race or whatever is what they were saying.
But it happened.
But it did happen, a couple of them slipped through their fingers and shit. It happened. But mainly the main reason why this is a really good fucking topic, but the main reason why I have you on here is I wanted to kind of go over, like, this would be like a different segment, is how we started. We were talking about San Gabriel, where we grew up in the city, and just how life was through your eyes, what you saw.
Yep.
And I mean, growing up, did you? I mean, of course, like I felt like maybe that was my father. I was just treated differently, but I didn't really know. You didn't know until later, when you told me, like, whereas I was in my 20s, I was already a dad. And you told me, like, hey, Jose, my dad's not your dad, and you started crying. I said, no, man, it's fine. I've got my little son right here that I've got to take care of. This happened, it's in the past and shit. I'm going to take care of my son, and it's all good, And you felt like more bad for me than I did. And I don't know, man. I was, and I can speak about, the shit that I went through as a kid, and the fucking mental abuse and all that shit, and physical abuse. And I don't hate your dad, and he's even told me, like, hey, Jose, I'm sorry for what I did to you. I said, don't worry. But he starts crying. He said, nah, it's cool, man,
Whenever he says that, I'm like, you know what? Man, whatever happened.
Yeah.
Again, it was your free will. You could have stopped at any moment.
Yeah.
But no matter how many times you apologize, you can't erase the damage done.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. You're not going to see it the same way as the person that you fucking hurt,
Yeah. And growing up, dude, it was fucking interesting, dude, because, I mean, we were in front of us. You had the Munoz brothers.
Yeah.
Which were fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
Fucking brothers that were from Sangra.
Yeah.
Behind us, all the way in the rear, you had fucking another family that had members from Sangra.
Yeah.
And you had the Salas brothers. And it was crazy, man. It was crazy. I remember always fighting with Chino.
Yeah.
Right. And remember, we would fight like every fucking day, right?
Almost every fucking on site. This shit was on site
every fucking day. And you spoke about this in previous episodes where we were throwing putazos. I'm talking about like good fights. I'm not talking about like how people fight today, throwing fucking bicycle punches like bitches.
It's like a fucking boxing match.
Like a boxing match, dude. Where he kicked my ass.
Where they call that shit tit for tat. Like, you hit me, boom, I hit
exactly,
you.
Yeah.
Like saw those rock'em sock'em.
No, but these were actually good punches, dude,
and powerful punches. Power punches.
He kicked my ass. Sometimes I kick his ass. Sometimes, but we were always cool. We were always cool. Again, even though we fought every fucking day, we were always cool. I respected him; he respected me.
Yeah, and I mentioned how my mom said it wasn't El Carri. He said it was Mongol. El Mongol. He would bring that fucking peace offering, the bucket of chicken. When that bucket of chicken came, you guys were cool. We eating the fucking bucket of chicken, the little like potato wedges and shit.
Potato wedges that came in that fucking.
The little box,
that little bag that was fucking that was foil in the middle, and the inside. I was talking about that chicken with one of the employees. She remembers. I remember.
So that place is still there. But it's no longer. It's a different owner.
It's a different owner. But she was talking about the chicken. I was like, I remember my dad used to bring that shit. But growing up was fucking crazy, man. I mean, you had the Munoz brothers. They were they grew up different than we did.
Yeah, but you know what? I've been talking to Eddie a lot. I keep in touch with him. He calls me. I call him every once in a while, and he told me too, man. He said it was fucked up too. Like his dad wasn't cool, man. He said,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember all that stuff.
But they had this tough guy persona, so they really never shared that kind of shit. So now when he tells us, like, oh shit, it kind of surprises me, because like, my dad was an asshole too.
Yeah, as you get older, you gain perspective. And you fucking start to fucking what do you say, reflect on your life, and you're like, oh shit, this was wrong, but the Munoz brothers, I mean, it was cool growing up with them, because at the same time, we became tough. We became tough, and hanging out with them, and just seeing the way they saw the world. I still remember their mom, Ophelia. She was cool. She was cool, and Chana and Tita and everybody. And remember the Doberman they had? Baby. She was old, huh?
Yeah,
she was like missing teeth and shit.
Remember, she had that big ass gash like in her hind leg. And then I think it was Chana. She tried to sew her, and they would always use azul violeta.
Yeah, toques violeta.
They would always use that. Yeah. I never heard of that shit until I saw it when they would use it. Yeah. And somehow the dog made it. They
made it. Yeah. We don't know how, but they fucking made it, man.
I mean, I remember one time she had mange or some shit, and they sprayed her with Raid.
It worked.
It worked. It worked. That shit wouldn't. Nobody would do that shit now, but it worked. Yeah.
I remember when we would go over to the Munoz brothers' house, and they were always eating for some reason.
Yeah.
And I remember when they would buy those frozen pizzas.
Oh yeah, dude.
Fucking eggs and fucking
that was
ham.
Fucking Steve. Steve would put a ham.
Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah, he put a ham. How the fuck would he put the egg? He would cook it up first.
I think he'd like crack it
on the
egg and just put it in the fucking.
You know what? Even like in my adult life, I remember when I was with Liz and shit, and we would buy pizzas like that too, and I would put ham on them and shit. Yeah. That's where I got it from.
These motherfuckers got creative.
creative,
and
remember he would make like a sugar sandwich with the butter. I make that shit too, dude. Yeah. But the craziest thing that I saw Steve, he would get the ice. With the milk and the sugar.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Hey, like, fuck, they were creative and they we didn't have much, but they fucking made,
Yeah, we would go to El Pavo Bakery.
Yeah.
Shout out to El Pavo Bakery.
Yeah.
It's still the best bread that I ever had in my life.
Yeah, it's good. It's still good.
I always go back there when. Sometimes I'll go there for lunch because I'm not too far from there. Yeah. I'll go there for lunch. On Wednesdays, there's the burritos are $3.50. They're $3.50.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of fucking people there. But
that's how I got my fucking infamous nickname burrito, from El Pavo being so many fucking burritos.
I'll go there. I'll have lunch. I'll buy some sweetbread. Yeah. But the thing about that sweetbread is you have to eat it the same day.
Yeah, because the following day it's really hard. But just buy enough for that one day.
I remember, we'd go there and and again,
they had longaniza, like little longaniza balls.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he eat that shit raw? He would buy it and eat it raw.
I don't know, man.
He would jack the longaniza. I remember. Yeah, dude.
No, remember when we experienced our first earthquake?
Yeah, was it 87 or 85? One of those.
One of those.
Yeah.
But around that decade, earthquakes were very fucking prevalent.
Yeah, because then there was one after like in 89 or 92 or some shit.
Remember, we went there.
Yeah.
And remember, the fucking place started shaking. We were like, "What the fuck?"
We didn't know what the fuck was going on, dude. And my recollection of it is we were in there. We would go there, dude. I don't know how. I would never let my fucking 5 or 7 year old fucking kids go to the fucking store by themselves, But we walked there in the morning to get our bread before we went to school, and because we used to go to Roosevelt High School, which was about
elementary,
a quarter mile. Roosevelt Elementary School, which was about a quarter mile away from our house in Pavo Bakery, on the same street actually. And we get food, and all of a sudden, when the earthquake was happening, I remember like cans of soda were coming out, breads were falling out.
Remember that dude that was holding the carnitas?
Yeah, he was holding it, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And like, this is for us. It's coming out for us, like a video game. I thought it was raining, fucking just coming out, pouring to us so we can get it, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, this is cool, right? And all of a sudden, luckily, man, God bless that white lady, man. She was there with her 2 little daughters. She grabbed us and took us across the street. Or else we would have just fucking stayed there.
We were saved by a white person.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's a white lady.
But remember, going back to school,
and
we're all talking about it and shit like that, and people in my grade were theorizing shit like, oh, maybe it's giants, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But remember, earthquakes had their own T-shirts.
Oh yeah, I survived the fucking
dude.
One of them said it didn't say Whittier and Arrows, but it said some.
I think it was Whittier and Arrows.
Whittier, right?
We do have a fault in Whittier.
Yeah, it said, I survived the Whittier and Arrows fucking earthquake. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember that shit. And then there was one where I don't know if it was 92 or 89, but it was around Halloween time, and I remember that the Athletics were playing from fucking Oakland. Oakland A's were playing, right?
Conseco.
Yeah, and I think that was the first year when I bought the Jason hockey masks, and then dude, I remember I used to fuck with that mask all the time, dude. I'd fucking
you fucked with it until you broke it.
Until I broke it, dude. That shit was cool, because I kept like kind of sandwiching it to fold it, right? And fuck, when I broke it, I drilled extra holes on it. Yeah. I would pick my scabs from the mosquito bites and put blood on that motherfucker. Burned it.
You burned it too. Yeah,
burned it. Hey, that shit was looking fucking bad, dude.
But I mean, like, that was a legit fucking copy of the mask.
It was.
Yeah.
I even painted the little green, the little red V. The same holes. I had the right color. It was like yellow from how dirty and fucking grimy it was, dude. And I had my blood on that motherfucker. I even kind of cut like a little axe, like if it got cut up with the axe on the forehead. That shit was fucking bad. I remember one time I dressed up like that, and I put on a bald cap, and I went to Kmart and I allegedly stole a bunch of fake worms and shit. And I taped it all to the fucking hand with glue. I fucking glued dirt on it so it looked like mud. And then my stepdad had a bunch of army shirts from the army because he would use them to weld. I remember putting that on, some work pants, some gorilla boots, some work boots. I look fucking bad, dude. And then I would get it because that was my favorite fucking horror monster. So I would even get into character. I would just like fucking walk, straight. Like my wife fucking makes fun of me. So I caught her last time. And, I kind of walk kind of stiff and shit. Like I can't really turn my head because I got a big ass neck. But I would get into character like that. Walk the fucking streets and shit. We'd go trick or treating. And remember we would go trick or treating with them and with the Munoz and shit. We would take pillowcases or we would take fucking bags.
Yeah.
We would fucking walk miles, dude.
Yeah. We'd walk into fucking San Marino.
First we'd do San Gabriel, San Marino, and walk all that shit, dude.
But I mean,
hours.
But we were good trick or treaters, though.
Yeah,
I mean, we weren't about stealing fucking bags and shit like that. I never. You would think,
even though they had the power to, and they would jack a motherfucker and take a shit, but when it came to that, we respected that.
Exactly.
People were inviting you into the house to get fucking candy, and dude. But there was still that fear of like getting poison in your candy, so we would kind of look at it real quick. Oh, okay, cool. This motherfucker looks sealed up. Let's fucking eat it.
But the following day, taking your candy to school.
I don't remember that shit.
I remember like you're fucking interchanging candies with your fucking friends.
You're right. Like that. Remember that house on Walnut Grove? Boots.
Yeah,
they would give out the big candy bars. Right?
I was telling Valerie about it.
Yeah,
my girlfriend. We rode by there because we were gonna check out a house that we wanted to possibly rent.
Yeah.
And I told her the story about Boots. I don't know how we met her because I told her we used to hang out. We used to play by that bush.
We used to play in the bushes. I used to catch the spiders and make them fight and shit. Yeah. And then we used to just knock on their door and be like, hey, can we have some? Because they had a gumball machine. They would give us gumballs and shit.
Yeah, but like these were white people.
White people,
right?
Dude.
That would invite us into their home.
Yeah,
dude.
That was a nice fucking house.
She was very nice.
True story. It was like a Victorian home, white Victorian home with bushes all over it.
And I told her that I mean she saw us. She invited us into her home, and that was really cool.
They were cool with Maggie and them with their family.
And I'm pretty sure she's gone.
Oh yeah, because she must have been in her 60s when we were fucking like 5.
Yeah, but I mean, like, every time I do pass by there, it's a fond memory going in there and talking to her. And even as we were teenagers, we'd see her, and we'd say
wave and shit.
We never thought like, oh, we're fucking teenagers, we're cool. Like, she was nice to us. We'd be nice to her.
That's crazy. I see my boots.
Yeah.
That was the name. It was cool, man. We used to like. He was telling me like, fool. Like he's even though we grew up kind of fucked up, fool. I wouldn't trade it for the world because that shit helped us. It was cool. We grew up. It was fucking cool. Dog.
It was character building. Yeah. I mean, you have the Munoz, and then in the back you have the Castorenas.
Yeah, Castorenas.
That's what they were, right?
Castorenas,
You had fucking Eleazar Güero. What was his name? Lazy, yeah. Lazy, that motherfucker was fucking. He was something else, dude. I remember fucking watching wrestling and shit like that. Then he'd try to fucking wrestle us and fucking fart in our faces and shit like that, which was fucking.
That was his move.
That was his move, man. But I mean, like, just hanging out in that house and fucking.
And they were cool. They let us go in and out of that fucking house like nothing. Like if we lived there and shit.
Yeah, which is cool. And then you had in the middle, you had what was Rosa's last name?
Rosa, I don't know, dude.
You had Rosa, which was related to the Munoz brothers.
Yeah.
And they were they were mean, dude.
Yeah, they didn't like us.
Yeah, they didn't like us for some reason. I remember going. I think it was the little boy Omar's birthday party, right? And for some reason, we were there. We were all there. We were eating cake and shit like that. So I was gonna serve myself some more ice cream, and she was like, "¿Qué estás haciendo?"
Oh shit!
I was gonna get some more ice cream. No, cabrón. Remember their dogs?
No, dude.
When they had fucking. Remember when
they got some from the same litter, right? From George.
Then when we were in Billy and fucking Baby had babies.
Yeah.
And then we had fucking Camilla. We got Camilla.
Yeah.
So they had 2 other dogs.
Yeah.
That would get loose and all.
They had a like, chubby ass dog, and that motherfucker was like a pit bull. He would get a locked jaw. Remember?
I remember that fucking. We hated that dog so much that one time we were pegging it with fucking rocks.
Oh, I don't remember doing that shit. I did that shit too?
No, it was me. I think it was Chino. It was Caco. And we were pegging it with rocks, and it was inside his doghouse.
Yeah.
I fucking hit him in the nuts, dude.
Fuck. Fucked up. Dude.
But now looking back now,
yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking have a special place in hell for that shit. But yeah, I remember the Castorenas, Maggie was our good friend.
Yeah, she was a good friend.
When we were kids, when we became teenagers, it changed.
Yeah. That's fucking pre fucking pubescent.
Yeah, it changed. She stopped talking to us.
Yeah.
Fuck it, But we still continued hanging out with fucking the Munoz brothers and the Salases.
Yeah.
And we'd fucking play football, and fuck at Roosevelt we played fucking slaughterhouse in front of fucking Pablo Baker and shit like that.
I know. I was talking about that shit. Yeah, the slaughterhouse.
Walking to 7-Eleven and shit like that, where the Munoz brothers were ingenious, dude. Remember, because the double Big Gulp was a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Right? They put ice at the bottom of the Big Gulp, and 7-Eleven at the time was selling hot dogs and everything.
Yeah.
They'd fucking put ice and throw like fucking 4 fucking hamburgers in the fucking in the fucking drink. Dude.
Yeah, and cover it. And at that time, I mentioned that the Big Gulps were like they were cardboard, but they were waxy cardboard, but they were red and solid. You really couldn't see.
Yeah, you couldn't. So that food, Nagra.
Yeah.
Fucking walk up there,
and before they wouldn't scan shit, they would just charge you.
They wouldn't, dude. And then fucking, I think it was either Chino or Steve that opened up the fucking Doritos and put fucking nacho cheese.
I think it was Chino. Yeah.
Then we'd go to Roosevelt and we'd all fucking just chill there and fucking eat our fucking food.
The little playground. There was a fucking You know what? I've been meaning to record there. Just for the for how special it was right there, and just like because some is I don't record at my house, but let's say if I meet somebody like hey, and they don't have a place to record either, hey, let's go fucking that's where I'm gonna record next time. Like hey, let's go record at fucking at Roosevelt and shit. And that place is really like fucking low pro too. It's in like by almost like by a dead end and shit. And it's
we'd hang out there, and then like there's other people that lived on that street that would come and hang out too.
Yeah.
And we'd fucking eat there. We'd bullshit. People would come around. And remember that fucking little kid Gerardo?
Yeah.
That used to try to get into fucking like verbal sparring fucking insults with you and shit like that.
Yeah.
Saying all kinds of stupid shit. You come fucking cover girl and shit like that. It's like a 6th grader fucking a 6th grader from fucking El DF.
Yeah.
With fucking plucked eyebrows and shit like that. You are always giving him shit. Yeah, dude.
His eyebrows were on fleek.
Yeah, you're always
and this fool was fucking with me when I was like fucking huge. When I was in the gym and shit. There's even a picture where I'm talking shit to that fool. Mm-hmm. Somebody has it.
That's right, Hoser.
Yeah, where I'm just nothing but traps. I'm
exactly,
just traps with a head. Yeah. And I'm talking shit to this fool. But he thought he was cool because he was cool with character.
Oh, that's right. He was like his little fucking sidekick.
Yeah,
I remember call himself little character. Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, because when Sandra had those parties with fucking Juan Pizarro, those fools would show up right there.
I remember. I think because at some point the Munoz brothers moved away.
Yeah.
Right, and we'd rarely see them, right? Because again they're working and shit like that. So we started hanging out with other people, and you're a year and a half older than I am.
Yeah.
So. I was lucky to tag along with you to the parties and shit like that. Being 15 and getting fucked up and getting drunk and shit like that. But we started hanging out with them, and then we started having our own fucking you get your parties and shit like that. Yeah, when you would fucking draw the flyer again, the advertising your chef skills with huevos con vinos and shit like that. That's crazy, man. Being 16 and just having beer for breakfast, dude.
I know, dude. That's crazy. I remember one time we're at Eric's house, at his old house, and you were all fucked up. I don't know if you were drinking tequila or something. You and the 7 were all fucked up on the floor, and then you're like you were singing a fucking Smith song.
Stop me if.
I think you heard this one before.
That was my jam at that time.
You're like, so I drank wine. It became 4, and when I fell on the floor, I drank more. And you were singing that shit. And you're on the floor, out throwing up.
Man, that was a lot of.
And then you were saying, you know what? I remember you were saying, you're like, I hate my dad.
I was?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And right now that just came to my head. You were saying that shit when you're all fucked up.
You know, it was during that time is when we were having a lot of problems at home. When supposed the witchcraft.
The witchcraft shit.
Witchcraft. Yeah. Have you talked about this?
No, let's fucking talk about that shit, dude.
I know Jose has talked about our Tío Beto, which was like another father figure in our lives that he did a lot of positive things for us. You know, he fucking again, the music, the movies, going to see a Nightmare on Elm Street, seeing the Jason movie, seeing the Michael Myers movie. So
as they're coming out, we're like fucking. You must have been like 5. I was like 7 or 8. We'd fucking be seeing all that shit.
He was a big part of our lives. We always look forward for him to when he was coming over.
Come on the weekend.
Yeah, he'd take us to an arcade. Give us $5.
Yeah, I forgot about that, dude.
We played fucking Mortal Kombat 2.
He liked that shit too.
Yeah. And I have a lot of fond memories, hanging out with him and shit like that. But he was he got married at how old was he?
No, he was old already. He was old. He was old. Yeah, but the thing is, he was he came over here at a very young age. He was in his teens, and he was one of the first ones that came. He came along with my tío Juan, and he came over here. And what he did is he did the typical what a typical young man from Mexico who's got his parents over there. He came over here. He busted his ass. He worked. He saved money. He built them a home. Yeah, he built them a home. So he was in his 30s, I believe, and he was still single. And in our culture, like, hey, what the fuck? You gonna get married? Blah blah blah. I'm gonna fix you up, right? So they fixed him up with the neighbor, which had a reputation, whatever. And, so when he went to Mexico, like, hey, look, what's up? I'm gonna hook you up with her, right? So they hooked that up, whatever. Long story short, they came over here and, they got married and shit. From me, I remember that, I've always been outspoken, not by choice. It's just the way fucking I am, But I remember she would dress very provocatively, where she had big breasts, so she would wear like really low cut stuff where you can see the inside cleavage, almost the bra.
She at that point she was like 18 or 19.
Yeah, because she was pretty.
She was young.
No, she must have been in her 20s, because I was 17 around that time. She must have been in her 20s. Yeah, but she was still young, right? And and she would wear like these fucking long ass slits all the way up to like her hip bone. Long ass slits, fucking sit and cross her legs. You see all her fucking thighs and shit like that, and her breasts. And one time I said, hey, you know what? I personally don't think. I don't know why the fuck I said. I said I personally don't think it's okay for a woman to dress like this when they're married or when they have a couple. If you dress like this in order to attract men. Once you've got a man, there's no need to dress like that, And so I said that, and I would always say that shit all the time. And she probably didn't like me, but she never said shit about it. But I would always say shit like that. But I think you. Was I still living at home when that shit was happening?
Yeah,
or was I gone?
No, we're still there. We're still at home. Yeah.
I just remember from my end,
because that shit started in Walnut Grove.
Yeah, we're in Walnut Grove. Yeah. That's where I remember it happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was in Walnut Grove. Yeah, but I remember when I made that comment about the dressing like that. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna keep fucking dressing like this even when I'm older. Fuck that. I'm gonna be sexy and shit. And all right, cool. To me, I've never thought that was a good thing for women to dress like that when they're in a relationship. Even before a relationship, because you don't have to dress like that. You could still look sexy and be cover it up, just wear stuff a little tighter, there's different ways to be sexy, but so what happened in Walnut Grove, from my end, I just remember my mom saying that my uncle went to the house and he knocked, hey, I'm looking for your husband. He went to my house and he left a fucking love letter for my wife, because at the time my uncle's wife was a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
Did they have any kids yet? They had a daughter already, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so they had a daughter, and he said, hey, what the fuck? I need to talk to you. What's up? And my mom kind of took it defensive, like, oh, what do you mean? Why the fuck would you do that? Whatever, And what your dad says is, he says that he believes that she may have did some witchcraft and shit, that she prepared some tacos and shit, right? And he says that he was working and that all he could think about was those delicious tacos that he had, right? Now, if we flash back, let's say 14 years later, prior to that situation, which was like in 97, he got injured, his back. He injured his back. So this whole time he's been fighting a case since like 85 up to like 97 or whatever. And he's expecting some money. She knows that. So you kind of put that, she's probably thinking, oh, let me, this motherfucker's going to get some money, 50 G's, 60 G's. Let me see. That's from my side, from the reason why I would think that somebody would do such a thing.
Yeah.
And that's my take on it. So, she thinks, oh, this was going to get fed at, let me witchcraft and whatever. So that happened and shit. And I guess he would go to their house, which is in Almani, and he would go and he would be peeking through the windows and shit and say, I love you, and leave letters and shit like that. And so he said it was just uncontrollable. It was like fucking like an uncontrollable urge to go visit her and see her. And he was just crying and singing all the fucking time, right? So I guess my mom talked to him, said, what the fuck? What's this all about? And long story short, I guess he says that he believes that she did like some kind of witchcraft and stuff, And what do you remember from that?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the phone call when my mom and
my uncle
and his wife spoke about it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was there, and he told her something about oh well, I have this rash on my skin, and my mom was like, well, maybe you're rotting in life. This is putting on vida.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, Leonardo told you.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So after that, remember they were going to a lot of spiritistas and shit like that. Remember?
Yeah.
They were going to a lot of shit like that, but then they squashed it.
Yeah,
they squashed it, and again, they let my parents take the daughter. Right? Yeah, they would drop her off.
Oh shit,
like that. But then Leonard did it again.
Yeah,
he did it again, and that's what fucked everything up
again. Yeah. But my mom tells a story where they want to go see that one of those fucking witches and shit, and that supposedly that there's a curse on their family, my mom's side of the family, and it had nothing to do with your dad, right? So, but my mom says that for some reason, your dad went to, and that the lady goes, I need to see you. And my mom's like, wait a minute, why the fuck do you want to see him if you said that the curse is on me and my brother? She's like, oh no, I need to see him. She's like, nah, what the fuck? So she says that as your dad was walking, that the lady started doing some, lo estaba presionando on the back of his neck or some shit, And she's like, what the fuck? Why is she doing that? And then that she also saw that when my uncle had the daughter, he took the daughter there, that the daughter was crying or some shit, or the witch doctor lady slapped the daughter, and that my aunt didn't say shit, right? My mom was like, what the fuck? Why the fuck would she feel so comfortable as to slap her like that and without no repercussions, right? So what my mom believes is that maybe they were in cahoots together. They knew each other or some shit, because they did end up charging them some money. Yeah. And my stepdad continued on with the same shit. He was still fucking madly in love with her and shit. But that kind of put a strain on our relationship with my uncle. Personally, for me, I still respected him. I just didn't continue a relationship, just because time goes on. But
I mean, we didn't see him.
Yeah, I didn't see him, but he called me one time, and I was talking to him and shit, and everything was cool, and we ended up seeing him that one time at my uncle's house.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't think that we have beef with him because of that, because hey, we have nothing to do with that shit. That's like some two fucking adults that, for me, looking at it now, I don't think she did any witchcraft on him. And then he later on he went on to tell my mom that my uncle's wife would, when we were at the house, let's say nobody was in the living room and it was just them two, that she would like show him his tits, or she would like grab his head and put it on her ass or some shit like that. But now me as a man and with my wife, right? Let's say her fucking sister's doing it. I say, hey, your fucking sister
did this shit. Yeah, this is what happened.
Yeah, this is what happened. Yeah. You know what I mean? Unless you wanna keep going, you're not gonna say shit, and you're gonna continue with that. And I remember our stepdad would say, he would tell my uncle, hey, when are you guys gonna come again? He was like really fucking adamant, like, oh, when are you guys gonna come back again? You know what I mean? Like me, it's like, I don't give a fuck when my in-laws are gonna come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was like, oh, when are you guys gonna come, and blah blah blah. So that's, I don't know, man. For me, I just think, hey, it just, them two, whatever. He just, I know he falls in love like that all crazy and shit, and he still continues to do that every once in a while. But so it just him, and then her, she saw like, this was gonna get some feria, let me elope with this fool,
because again, she was making plans. Remember, she was gonna put like a sewing shop and shit like that. So, I mean, from what money?
Yeah,
me, knowing my dad more.
Yeah.
And knowing what he's about and shit like that. I mean, I don't think anything happened. I think he was the one that...
It was just him, yeah.
It was him, dude.
That's what I think. It was them two. It takes two to tango.
It takes two to tango. And,
right.
When you're young, you see your parents, they're on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When you grow up, you start seeing things. And they start coming down.
Yeah.
They're still your parents, and you love them and you respect them, but they start coming down.
But they're fucking human, like you.
Yes, you start to see them that they're not infallible.
They're not fucking heroes or superpowers.
They make mistakes and shit like that.
Head. They're human just like you.
Yeah. You see them that they start making mistakes and shit like that. And like, okay, well, this happened, and which is fucked up. Fucked up because again, that was my mom's favorite brother, dude.
Yeah.
He was there every weekend. He helped her out and shit like that. And for her not to have that anymore, I think it kind of
really affected her a lot, dude. Because he was the only brother out of 4 or 5 brothers that she has that was actually really close. And ever since that happened, these fools every once in a while, now they haven't fucking called her in a while, but he was always there, and they had a good relationship.
Because I mean, like, even I don't know why. I mean, Leonard's not in the picture anymore.
Yeah,
but Beto still has that fucking resentment towards my mom because again, she backed him up. Because again, but I mean, like, husband and wife, they have to fucking back each other up.
Yeah,
but I mean, like, that's something that's never going to come back.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, even though your dad's not with my mom anymore and they're split up, he's still gonna have that because, like, fuck, I'm her brother and he fucking shows his fool over,
No.
But what he's got to understand is, when you have kids together, it's like, fuck, it's different. It's not just my boyfriend. It's like, this is the father of my son, my son.
He wasn't the best father.
Yeah.
He wasn't the best father. Again, everything he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew he was doing it.
Yeah.
And, he had the power to change his approach towards us. Because, I mean, we weren't problematic kids.
Yeah.
We were good in school. We were normal kids, man. We never gave a mom a fucking gray hair. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But, I mean... when I talk about my dad to other people and shit like that, again, there's a big drug and alcohol class, and I tell them straight up, my father, growing up, he was my greatest teacher, yet he taught me nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, the greatest teacher, I mean, is seeing an example and what not to do in life.
Yeah.
He didn't teach me any
nothing positive.
Nothing positive, and he taught me how to fight, but nothing positive. Everything came from watching my mom.
Yeah.
You know, from fucking busting her ass and fucking, you know, that strong work ethic that she has.
Yeah.
You know, but my father was an example in my life what not to be.
What not to be.
What road not to take.
Yeah.
You know, because I believe that everyone should have limits in life.
Yeah.
Right? Because, you know, as far as what you're willing to do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, he still doesn't.
Yeah.
Till this
day. Yeah.
This day. I mean, I mean, he's been homeless for the past, we see, like 15 years.
Yeah, it's been that long?
Yeah.
Oh,
the past
shit.
15 years. And, you know, he was a heavy crystal meth user.
Yeah.
And he lived under bridges and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, including that. Now, I mean, like he's going through the consequences of abusing crystal meth for 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that deteriorates your heart.
Yeah.
It deteriorates your mind.
Yeah.
And it's very hard for him to remember things.
Yeah.
You know, he imagines that he has mites digging into his skin.
I saw him last time. I was at my mom's house and I was getting water for her, and he was hanging out in front of that liquor store, and I started talking to him, and he was telling me, like, look at these. He had a bunch of like little scabs that he picks out. He's like, yeah, there's some fucking mites, and I see them, and they go on my skin, and I scratch them, and I don't fucking, and fuck, you don't see them. Like, no, I don't see it, dude.
And I same thing. I took him to Kaiser, and you know, because you know, he's diabetic and he doesn't take care of himself. Shit. I think he had some diabetic ulcers on his legs and shit like that. Oh, shit. And he was telling me, yeah, mira. I'm like, no, Dad, I'm sorry, I can't. Yeah. I'm not going to participate in your delusion.
Yeah.
You know, because that's...
makes it worse.
It makes it worse. And I go, Dad, I've gone to school, like, for reasonable suspicion and, like, you know, drugs and shit like that. Yeah. And I go, what you're experiencing now is, you know, it's you know, your mind is gone.
Yeah.
You know, because, I mean, do you see the mites burning through your skin when you're high?
Yeah.
You know, this is your body telling you that you need another fix.
You need it again.
Yeah. But, I mean, you know, until now he's suffering the consequences. I mean, he's got a bad heart. Yeah. You know, he has one of the veins that go into his heart's very narrow and shit like that. So,
shit.
He needs to take care of it because the doctor told me that he could die prematurely.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
he's gonna end up getting like open heart surgery.
Yeah, he's gonna get open heart surgery. They're gonna do a bypass. Yeah, they're gonna replace that fucking vein. But at this point, he has a lot of he's like the bionic man, right?
Yeah, dude, he's gone through a lot of shit. He's gone through a lot of shit, you know. And what I told my mom, I told her. Maybe like 20 years ago, I was like, you know what, Mom? And even back then, he had gone through a lot of procedures and surgeries and shit, and you know,
fairly young too, huh?
Yeah, man. And he was like in his 30s. And I said, look, Mom, he's gone through all these fucking things that the average person wouldn't survive, and like back surgeries, all these fucking where they open him up and shit, right? I said the reason why he's still alive is because he still has to experience and pay for what he's done in this world, you know. Because I believe in hell, but I feel also this might fucking be hell, you know, for some people, you know, and like you're gonna pay for what you did, you know. Like me, God knows, I have no resentment towards him and shit, you know. I want him to be healthy, but you know, you end up paying like they say, you reap what you sow, you know. So fucking that's what he's reaping right now, you know. It's fucked up.
But you know, I think he's totally oblivious to the fact that he's going through those things.
Yeah, he is.
You know, because
he continues. Like last time,
he continues.
My mom said that he fucking tried to ride his bike all far or try to run. It's like, dude, you can't do that shit. You're pushing your heart, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, fuck it. He wants to keep living the same way.
Yeah, and you can't, dude. You can't. I mean, he's got to realize that you know, I think God gave him a lot of time, dude.
Yeah,
gave him a lot of time,
a lot of opportunities. But I think the problem is that he aged. He aged. You know, with age and his body ages, but his mind and the way he feels is like he's still like 20 and shit. He wants to keep living like a fucking 20-year-old and fucking. I'm gonna get fucked up and do this. I'm gonna fuck it. I'm just gonna be spontaneous and take off here and fucking. Yeah.
There was a lady at my job that, you know, she lived to be 68. Yeah. And the last time I spoke to her, you know, we were walking around the facility and shit like that. She was like, you know what, Juan? Because everybody calls me Juan. That's my given name. Yeah. She was like, you know, I don't feel old.
Yeah.
I might look old, but, you know, I feel like I'm still in my 20s.
Yeah.
And, you know, and she acted like that. You
Oh,
talk about
shit.
a 6-year-old female that was crude, that was brash, that was fucking unapologetic.
Fuck.
And said what she had on her mind, and which made you cringe all the time. But I mean, she had that mentality to where, no, I'm fucking 20.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, man.
And God rest her soul. I mean, I had a lot of issues, you know, where she tried to get me in trouble.
Yeah.
I never held it against her and shit like that, you know. So, rest in peace. I hope, you know, you're in a better place and you're free of pain.
Yeah, that's the main thing, man.
Because she was always complaining about having pain and stuff like that. So
that sucks, man.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I mean, we had the primary example of what not to be, what not to aspire to at home. You know, and I think that's why we were never bad kids.
And even with drugs, man, people would always offer me weed and shit like that.
Exactly, right. We had it. No. We had it at arm's reach.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah.
You know, in my late 20s, when I was, you know, I drank a little more, you know, because I was hanging out with, you know, with people from the psychobilly scene and shit like that. Saw a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Had an opportunity to do drugs. I'm like, that's not me, man. Maybe the people that I hung out with, you know, they wanted to be cool and they partook in the drugs, but I was like, nah, I don't fuck around like that and shit.
Yeah.
But, it's, and the reason why is because I don't want to be like my dad.
Yeah, you see, you know how it affects your family, us being kids and being seen as shit. But yeah, like we were talking about last time, how people say that weed is not a gateway drug, but it fucking is.
It is,
man. It really is.
Because, I mean, like, weed is the gateway drug because then you start thinking about, well, you know what? You remember, just like alcohol, you develop a high tolerance.
Yeah.
So, fucking an apple of weed or whatever the fuck they do is not enough. So you gradually move up a notch.
More,
right? So I want to fucking try some coke.
Yeah.
All right. So what happens when I build a high tolerance of coke? What's next? Fucking no, actually meth is first because coke is expensive.
Yeah.
Right. So they start fucking hitting it. So then remember, meth. There's functionally meth addicts.
Yeah.
Right. That could actually sleep and eat shit like that. So next thing you're going to fucking heroin and shit like that. Yeah. So you're chasing the dragon. Right?
Yeah,
just like Chuck Harvey.
Yeah.
Right? You're chasing the dragon and shit, and then, you know, you fuck up and you probably take a little more in the syringe and then you end up dead because you're fucking chasing the next high.
The next high, yeah.
You know, so, yeah. Good.
Yeah, because those fools end up, when they do the heroin, they ended up building a tolerance. Like, they say that that fool Sid Vicious, that somebody did that shit to him because, like, they know what amount will kill you.
Yeah,
they'll put enough just to fucking kill you, and it'll seem like you fucking overdosed.
The same thing happened with Bradley Noel, right?
Yeah,
you know, and a funny story that I never told you about when I worked at Union Station.
Yeah,
I get a lot of fucking idiots and shit, a lot of cholos that fucking that OD'd there.
Yeah, oh shit,
heroin and shit like that. So me and my partner. I'm gonna preface this with no homo. My partner, my the other shift.
Yeah.
We'd get there, see a fucking cholo laid out, fucking.
Whoa.
That's what happens when they knock out.
They snore like that?
Yeah, they snore like that. So fucking, you start bombing on them, dude. Boom, boom, boom,
to wake them up.
Wake them up. Fucking kicks, fucking punches to the face, kicks to the ribs and shit like that. They're knocked out.
Fuck.
So I went since we did that in the restrooms that were near the Amtrak ticket counter. So a couple weeks later, we get a call to go to the bus plaza, the MTA bus plaza, and there's a cholo laid out on the floor.
Yeah.
We're like, you stupid motherfucker, why do you come here
and do it
to do your shit? Again, we fucking bombed on
He wouldn't wake up though?
He wouldn't wake up, stomped him out, fucking stomped on his face, kicked him in the ribs. But I'm talking about, I had some steel toe fucking boots, and I was going in, I was going at him, dude, because I mean, like, how dare you fucking come do this shit here in a public place, dude? So fucking, we called the fire department. Actually, we called the Metro Security, and they bring out the fire department and shit like that. We just found this guy right now. They reported to us that he had OD'd and shit like that. So I mean, like, that's fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I how are you with for example, like shows and movies that have to do with with drug abuse or the selling of drugs? Do you watch it? Do you stay away from it?
No, I could watch it. I could watch it, and it isn't like fucking, what do they call that shit? Trigger or anything? Nah, I could watch that shit. And I was even watching that Narcos fucking show. That shit was good, man.
Oh, yeah?
Man, the Narcos Mexico? Fuck yeah, that shit's good. Really, really fucking good. It's a really good show. Yeah, I could watch it, and I don't fucking feel like, oh fuck, or get sad or anything like that.
Did you watch Breaking Bad?
Nah, I couldn't watch that. I saw maybe 2 episodes.
No, that was recommended, but to me, I can't watch anything that has to do with drugs. Like, for example, Scarface.
Yeah,
I hate that fucking movie to death.
You know what? I don't remember even watching that fucking movie.
But I think because growing up, how everybody tried to quote, you think you could take me? Remember fucking David?
Yeah, she was lame.
And you had very poor impressions of the Scarface and shit like that. That's what made me fucking hate the movie.
Too. Yeah, because I never even saw that shit.
Like The Godfather.
Yeah,
I don't recall.
That shit. I mean, I saw it as an adult, and it's good. The first one, the second one are really, really good. Those fools do deserve Oscars and shit. They're just long, but they're really good movies. But the third one is terrible, dude. That shit, I don't even remember finishing it because it was terrible. Because at that time, I was in my 20s. I was a young dad and shit. And I would go to the fucking library and rent. I'd rent them and shit and watch them at home. But yeah, the first one and the second one are really, really good. I ended up buying them. I bought the trilogies myself in VHS. They look cool. They come in that fucking cardboard boxes. Just like I have the fucking Star Wars. Like the first old ones, they're cool. But then the new ones,
it's all.
But you know what? You know what fucking show, dude? Even though I don't like that shit, that Mandalorian, that shit's fucking bad.
No way, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's fucking good, dude. Seriously, that fucking Baby Yoda. What's his fucking name?
The child, or what's his name?
Huh? I think his name is Ogru or Gogru.
That's not Yoda.
No, it's not Yoda, dude. Nah. That motherfucker's bad. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like that shit, dude. Because I'm like, fuck that. That's just trendy. I don't want to see it. But I think the kids saw it. I'm like, oh, it's fucking pretty cool.
But that's part of that's aside from the new universe they created with the fucking social justice and shit like that. That's totally different from totally the Last Jedi and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
It's different. Supposedly, there's one of the movies where they have it's a Mexican and he's a hero, dude. And
oh really? Yeah.
Star Wars. Yeah, I think his name is Diego Luna. He's the fool that comes out in the.
That's a fucking Huichol.
Yeah,
fucking kid.
He comes out in the fucking thing in the Narcos.
Oh really?
He's one of the main stars and shit. So I want to watch that one because they got a Mexican as a fucking. But at the same time, what that is, that's for
pandering.
Yeah. And just like how they have a girl that's a fucking lesbian. She's a fucking star.
Yeah, just like They have a black, a black stormtrooper or some shit like that. His name is Dave Boyega. He's a black dude.
Yeah.
So when they were promoting the new Star Wars movies in China, they took him off the poster.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they took him off the poster. They fucking hate black people. They have signs that no black people are allowed.
Oh shit! That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy, right?
I don't know what to do. That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but over there they can do whatever the fuck they want because they're communists.
They could do whatever the fuck they want. They could fucking have fucking Muslims in fucking concentration camps and people won't do shit.
Yeah, you know what? The crazy thing too is that I saw. Okay, they're realistically they say now they want to be inclusive and they want everyone is equal and shit, but realistically they're not because it's like a Hitler thing where they want black nationalism. They want us to have nationalism too. They want it to be. They want to segregate the races.
Oh yeah.
That's what they're doing.
They do. They're doing that on the college level. They're doing that a lot.
That's what they really want to do. Like there was a girl who it was in college. She was a black girl, and she was eating lunch. And all of a sudden, some janitor said, "Hey, what are you doing eating lunch here?" She said, "What? I can't eat because I'm black. I can't be here." I said, "No, it's not that. You just can't be here." Exactly. You heard about that, right? It was closed. So later on, they went to court and shit. And this poor fucking janitor fucking got in trouble. But once they went to court, they realized that he was not at fault because she was in a place that was not designated for you to eat lunch. That place is fucking closed. So her before, what they wanted to do, they wanted to make a special fucking place for black people. They're calling for segregation
instead of progressing, you're regressing.
Yeah, they wanted fucking segregation. It's like there's no fucking pleasing them, dude. They're gonna come up with just shit to complain about.
Yeah. I mean, there's this dude, Marcus Garvey. He wanted all the black people to move back to Africa.
Fuck.
Right. Then you have people like Malcolm X, who are more about, black people getting their dignity back.
Yeah.
And creating jobs for themselves, being entrepreneurs, and shit like that.
Fuck yeah, that dude. I think that dude was fucking badass. I consider him better for the black people than fucking Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was a fucking CIA agent that made them fucking be meek and fucking be like, oh, you gotta be civil disobedience to shit and turn the other cheek and shit. And realistically, fucking Malcolm X is like, by all means necessary.
Well, I mean,
they killed both of them, but
yeah, but fucking Martin Luther King was a preacher, so turn the other cheek. That's part of being a Christian.
Yeah,
right. And but he was also for he wanted his children to be judged by the content of their character rather than being black, rather than because you have like colleges and institutions awarding people by the color of the skin.
Yeah.
Right. So they're saying that they're not racist, but yet they're being racist.
Yeah, because they're basing it because I'm fucking black.
Exactly,
they're making it about race.
They're making it about race.
And that's
so
being
you're talking
racist.
about you're lowering college, you're lowering scores, just to get people of color.
Of color, yeah, to
give them a chance and shit like that. But it's like they talk about a low soft bigotry of low expectations. You're lowering fucking academic fucking standards. You're lowering fucking for example, in the army, you're lowering the fucking for example, like the PT and the fucking the exercise and shit like that. You're lowering the standards. Same thing in the fire department, right? You're fucking lowering the standards for people that can't do the job, but they're diverse. They meet the fucking the talking points like woman, gay, or black. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it to sound like that. Or a black American.
Yeah.
Then okay, you're gonna be awarded because of your skin color.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Even like Asian Americans are having trouble getting into colleges because they're saying that they're scoring too high.
Fuck.
So
that's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, that's going on.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. And what's sad is that people are okay with that. Dude, they're making it easy for you, and you think that's fine. That's not good, man.
So what do you feel about the we're talking about equality of outcome?
Well, fuck. I mean, I think like. I don't think that based on your race that makes you fucking smarter or whatever. It's how hard you work. If you work hard, you fucking deserve to get what you deserve.
So what they want to do is so equality of outcome is being like, for example, say if a guy that busted his ass went to the university for 4 years, so they want the person that who is probably a unskilled laborer to have the same outcome that person had.
No, it's not right.
You can't do that.
No, fuck no.
You can't do that because this society is based on it's a meritocracy, right?
Yeah.
You get the job because of what you could do, right? Not what you look like or what fucking ethnicity you belong to, right? And this is what they want to do, man.
That's fucking dumb, dude. It's dumb, and it's gonna happen. It is gonna happen, man. It just like because people are calling for that shit. They're calling for that fucking socialist, communist shit. So it's gonna happen, dude.
I mean, you have countries like fucking like the Nordic countries and shit like that have some elements of socialism, like fucking medicine and shit like that. I mean, there's some programs that work, but socialism or communism as a whole, no. Tell me what country did it fucking actually succeed in?
None.
Nowhere, because it doesn't work.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. You're talking about fucking the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor.
Yeah. Like in China, that's what they have. They have that shit in Korea too, no? South Korea,
South Korea, fucking Cuba, Venezuela.
Everything's controlled. You can't even watch the fucking internet or
No, and fucking in South Korea, in Pyongyang, that's the only place that has fucking power. Around the other regions, they turn off the power.
It's called Pyongyang.
It's the capital where that fucking fat fuck lives.
Pyongyang. Yeah. That's funny, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah. This was cool, dude. we're coming to a close. Anybody who's listening to this is exclusive just for you guys, for the Patreon subscribers and shit. I'm gonna come out with more content, especially for you guys. No one else can listen to this unless you're a Patreon subscriber. So if you're listening to this, thank you very much for your subscription. And like I said, I'm gonna come out with more stuff, pictures, behind the scenes video, more podcasts, and thanks, Charlie, for coming on.
No problem, man. Anytime, dude.
It was cool, and we'll do this a little more often and shit. Like I said, a lot of people like you on the podcast, so that's why I got you on. And thanks for coming on, man.
Oh, no problem, man. I'm glad to be back anytime, dude.
All right, man. Thanks for listening, everyone, and let everyone know about the Patreon, and let them know about the podcast too. Rate, review, subscribe, and all that. Thank you. Peace.